Hello, my dear children of class 7. Today we will start with the chapter Light. We will learn about reflection of light, the terms related to reflection of light, and also the laws of reflection. So let's begin. Light is the only form of energy that is visible to the human eye. We are able to see objects around us because of light. Sun is the main source of light energy. There are other sources of light besides sunlight. Torches, electric tube lights and bulbs, light emitting diodes or LEDs are some other sources of light. So how do we see things around us? It is most easy to see opaque objects. Transparent objects can sometimes be difficult to see. Opaque objects are those objects which does not allow light to pass through them. Transparent objects allows light to pass through them. Now, what is reflection of light? Reflection is the bouncing back of light rays from a surface. Check the example. Throw a ball straight at a wall. What happens to the ball? The ball bounces back or comes back straight to you. Now, if it is thrown in a different way, it is seen that the ball comes back in a different direction. In the same way, when light falls on any object, a part of it bounces back or comes back. When these rays reaches our eyes, the message is sent to the brain and we can see the object. A thin beam of light is called a ray. The part of the light that is not reflected is either absorbed in case of opaque objects or passed through it in case of transparent objects. Therefore, reflection can be defined as the phenomena of change in direction of light after striking a surface through which it cannot pass. Almost all surfaces reflect light, but the best reflectors of light are shiny surfaces like mirror. To understand reflection of light, we must know certain terms. So let us begin with the terms related to reflection of light. A plane is a flat two-dimensional surface on which the reflection takes place. Here you can see the mirror is the plane on which the reflection is taking place. Now first let us come to the pink line which is marked as the incident ray. What is an incident ray? The ray of light which strikes the plane mirror is known as the incident ray. Here the pink ray of light is incident at point P on the plane mirror. So P is known as the point of incidence. So the definition of the point of incidence of a plane mirror will be the point at which the incident ray of light strikes the plane mirror is known as the point of incidence. Next we have the green ray of light which is marked as reflected ray. So what is reflected ray of light? The ray of light which bounces back to the medium from which it is coming after reflection is known as reflected ray. So the green ray of light is the reflected ray which is being reflected to the medium from which it is coming. That it is coming from air. The pink ray of light is also coming from air and it is striking to the surface at point P, and then again from point P it is going back to air. Next, as you can see, a perpendicular line is marked as normal at the point P. Perpendicular means it is 90 degree. Now, what is normal? The definition of normal is the perpendicular line drawn at the point of incidence is known as normal. So what is the definition of normal? The perpendicular line drawn on the surface of the mirror at the point of incidence is known as the normal. Here the normal is drawn at point P and it is perpendicular to the plane mirror. Next, as you can see, two angles are marked, angle I and angle R. Angle I is the angle of incidence. The definition of angle of incidence is the angle formed between the normal and the incident ray is known as the angle of incidence. Again, the definition of angle of reflection R is the angle formed between the normal and the reflected ray. So, angle I and angle R are the two angles which are formed by the normal and the incident ray and the normal and the reflected ray respectively. Also note, for reflection of light, angle I is equals to angle R. This should always happen for regular reflection. That is, if the reflection is perfect, then angle I will always be equals to angle R. So now let us come to the laws of reflection. When a ray of light is reflected from a surface, the reflected ray obeys certain laws. Now what are the laws of reflection? They are: number 1 law, the angle of incidence I is equal to the angle of reflection R. That is, angle I equals to angle R. And the second law, the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal all lie at the same plane. The incident ray, reflected ray and the normal all lie on the same plane. So these are the two laws of reflection that you need to remember. So my dear class 7 children, hope you have understood the topic. Please go through the pages that I have made you understand. I will provide with the notes in the next class, and along with that I will proceed with the chapter. Thank you children. Stay safe at home.